Adding this, you're going to have struggles. Number 2, cardinal skills of emotional intelligence: self-management, self-control. So understand your emotions, understand your needs, understand your concerns and that of the other person that you're relating with. What are your limiting factors? What are those parameters you must put in place to ensure that you can manage yourself, manage your excesses? How can I take initiative? You need to understand that, because your ability to control your impulsive feelings and behavior go a long way in determining how successful your relationship is. Number 3, social awareness. That is your ability to read the behavior of others and you can prefer solutions ahead. So you're going out with this guy and you've already understood that, okay, each time you go out and you pick your phone and you're making so many calls, it doesn't seem to be comfortable. I know it's a free world and doesn't have to control you. But then if you are an emotional intelligent person, you understand that I think he doesn't really like that. Can we talk about it? And can I adjust on my end? Emotional intelligence. And number 4, relationship management. A strategy on how to manage your relationship so that you don't have to lose them. Communication, teamwork, understanding diversity on the team, and all of that. Number 1. Let's go to the second factor I want to place in our hands that militate against success of your marriage. Number 2 is third-party influence. Can we say it together? Third party is anybody or anything that interferes with your relationship with your spouse. It could be your child, it could be your parents, it could be your TV, it could be your computer, it could be football, it could be anything. It could be your phone. You must manage third-party influence. If that person in your life is your companion and you are meant to enjoy each other's company, anything competing for that space must be handled and put where they belong. If your relationship must be enjoyable. It's so important that you understand. In one of my family life classes, we had a major issue right here. So the guy was like the breadwinner for his siblings. And he had all of them in his house, and now he was about to get married. And as an African man, sorry to say, it was like, okay, I'm going to get married, so my wife comes in and we live as a big family, happily ever after. And then she had a big problem with that. So in the class, she brought it up. And the man was so confident because he was expecting me to talk to his wife-to-be about not being selfish, and having a large heart and being tolerant. But I shocked him because I looked at him in the face and I told him, you are creating a home. Don't allow your extended family to destroy your new home you're building. I know you love your siblings and you don't have to chase them out of the house. Please leave the house for your siblings and go look for another house for your wife and you, so you can build your new family on a strong and good and wise foundation. I said the second option is just get another house for them because you've been helping them that way before, and ask them to go to the other house while you stay with your wife here. Because if you allow them in at that early time of your marriage, you're going to be creating what is called third-party influence, and you don't want to do that. All right? So never allow anything, your parents, anything to come in between your relationship with your wife or your husband. Because if anything happens, you can't blame them because you took the decision to allow them into your home. Number 3, factors that affect marital success. Low emotional bank account. What do I mean? Just like you have a physical bank account for your money, every one of us has an emotional bank account. That part of you is your emotion that must be filled. Your children they have it. Everybody has that. All right. So you want that person you are in a relationship with to speak your love language to fill your emotional bank account. And if that happens, your relationship glides faster and easier. So what do I mean? Psychologists have discovered that there are 5 basic love languages that we all speak. We have meaningful touches, acts of service, words of affirmation, attention, and gifts. Now, when you speak someone's love language, they feel loved and they feel so full emotionally. For example, if my love language is quality time or attention, I want you to give me quality time. I want you to speak, to listen to me. I want you to look at me when we speak. I need that from you. When you do that for me, it makes me feel so loved. And you're just filling my emotional bank account. But if my emotional bank account is full, then I can be there for you anytime you want me to be there for you. But if my emotional bank account is empty, I struggle to help you. I struggle to be your companion. I struggle to have a good attitude when I'm with you. I struggle to do what you want me to do for you because I am emotionally depleted. Many spouses speak a wrong language to their spouses and they have issues and they're wondering why. So I think I saw a story of this person. He loves his wife so much and he comes home, he buys her gifts, gives her lots of things. And the wife seemed to be so ungrateful because each time she's grumpy and unhappy and he's wondering why. And here it is on my table. I tell him, what's your wife? What is your love language? What do you want your husband to do to you that makes you happy, that makes you feel good? He says, well, I want my husband to always help around in the house. This man always spoke what he felt his wife should love. But unfortunately, his wife cannot love it. It doesn't enter into a right account. It bounces off. So you need to understand, okay, what love language should I speak to my husband or to my wife? Many spouses are dying emotionally because their husbands can't speak their love, because their wives don't understand, don't have a clue what they want. Many marriages are successful when the wife and the husband understand love language and speak it to each other. Number 4, the law of patience. You must understand the law of patience if your relationship will be exciting and sizzling and tantalizing. Don't be a desperado. Before you get married, don't be impatient. Impatience is a destiny killer. Don't allow it to affect you. It's the reason many people surrender to the wrong person. I'm 30, I'm 35, and I should get married. The next man that comes around the corner must be the right person, and you don't do any check, you don't look at him, and you go right, and then after 1 or 2 years, I wish I just waited a little bit longer because I'm not enjoying this home. I want to encourage you to be patient. Hang on a little while more. You see, many years ago, I was in school, and there was this guy coming around, and I just had my mentors. I just wasn't ready to make a mistake in marriage, and I always asked them questions, and they always advised me. So there was this person coming around me, and it looked like something was going to happen. And so I spoke to one of my mentors. I said, when I told her, she told me, okay, do you know what? Even if this guy speaks up and things are up, never spark up a relationship with him. Don't give him a yes. Just be his friend, but don't give him a yes. And she said, because time has a way of making things work. Time has a way of opening up things. Just allow time. And so really, when this guy was pressurizing me, I just wanted me to give him a yes. I would just start up. I said, you know what? I'm not ready for a relationship right now. So he stayed at the level. He couldn't go beyond that level of friendship. And then we're just friends. And then a few months down the line, I was shocked because I was reading and one of my friends called me on and said, Bola, that your friend, where is he? I said, okay, he traveled to so-and-so place. And he told me the most shocking thing at that time. He said, I just want you to know, Bola, that today was his wedding in so-and-so place. Then I staggered and almost fell. I said, thank God I was patient enough to take the advice of my mentor. Many times we are not patient enough. We want things to happen as fast as we imagine. But I want you to know that you stay on, allow your patience to work, because when you are patient, you're going to get the best at the end of the day in the name of Jesus. God will not disappoint you. God is not a wicked God. Our God is a faithful God. If you will wait patiently for him, I tell you that situation in your marriage will work in the name of Jesus. Maybe you are listening to me as I begin to round up right now. You are listening to me and you have been waiting. You want to get married and everything is just messed up. Everybody that comes your way seems like it's the wrong person. And you've been in 5 relationships. You've been broken 10 times. You've been heartbroken so many times. I want you to know that God is faithful. He's right there with you and he's got your back. Why don't you wait patiently on God again and watch what he's going to do? Begin to look through. Stop saying you're wasting time. Stop thinking that time is fast. Why don't you enjoy your singlehood if you are not yet married? It doesn't matter if you are 50 or 60 or 10 or 20. Just enjoy your life. Because many times we postpone our happiness until we achieve that thing we feel like achieving. And after achieving it, you realize that that was not the key to your happiness at the end of the day. And then you start again to look for the next thing that should make you happy. And then you postpone your happiness for one more year. And all your life, you look back and you can't even find moments of happiness. Just enjoy your life. Yes, I know you wanted to get married. And you said, doctor, I know you can talk because it's happening for you. But that's not the point. Now you're not married. It's not a stigma. Enjoy yourself. Have a presence. Eat what you want to eat. Go for your exercise. Have lovely friends. Have a presence everywhere you go. And build your content. Because when the right man comes around and you are prepared, he will have no choice. He will go for you as fast as he can imagine. Okay, so that takes me to the next point. One of the things that affect marital success across the globe is your value-adding capacity. Many years ago, I read a book that talked about the most valuable asset. And I discovered that your most valuable asset is your earning power, your earning ability. Don't go into a relationship. Don't stay in a relationship you are not adding value in. Because after a while, the man or the woman begins to see you as a burden. Add value to yourself. Read more books. Go for a training. Learn a skill. Stop saying there is no job on earth. Because there is something you can do. If money is the reward for solving a problem, why don't you look for a problem around you and begin to solve it? And if you solve the problem, if there's no problem for you to look for, to solve, to give you money, look for a problem to solve for somebody who has the money and requests for no money. And solve it so well that he has no choice but to offer you money because you have become indispensable. You've added so much value to his business or his life or his home. When you're adding value, your man doesn't want to let you go. When you're adding value, your woman doesn't want to let you go. Doesn't want to let you go. Get angry with your situation. Get angry with the status quo and make up your mind that you've got to add value because there are ways you can begin to add value to your life. And when you are so valuable, the man runs after you. He runs after you. He runs after you. Many times, what bothers men, what should bother you about your man or your potential man is not because of people around him trying to distract him, but that woman around him who is adding value to his life. That can be your problem. That is the woman who has got the power. So, you acquire the power by acquiring the knowledge and your value-adding capacity so well that doesn't matter how tall or how short that lady is, doesn't matter how much perfume she wears, she can't beat you to it because you're adding value. The world is tired of men who don't add value in their homes. They sit back, they go out every day and come back and tell their wives, do you know what, sweetheart, there's no job anywhere. Thanks for working. And they stress their wives so much. She's tired of you. Look for something to do. Take away that pride. It's not helping you. Because many times we don't want to go down to do the small things because we feel we're too big. But as big as you are, you don't even have little money. So why don't you bend down, bend low, stoop low to do the little things and allow yourself to grow? Because the way up is always down. Nobody ever starts climbing a tree from the top. You're going to fall. You climb from the down and you go up. You're going to stay up. I want to encourage you, my audience, today, as we're talking about the purpose of marriage, you go back home and put these things together and make up your mind that you are going to ensure that your marriage works in the name of Jesus. I see your marriage being heaven on earth in the name of Jesus. And if you're out there, you are not married, in fact, you've written yourself off because you felt I have so many issues. My attitude is terrible. My character is terrible. I've lost control. I want you to know that you have not lost control because God is the reason why you have not lost control. Stay long enough in His presence. And I tell you that the fragrance of His glory, the fragrance of His presence will rub off on you. You have not spent enough time with God. Please go back home and spend more time with God. Just allow Him to feel you. Just worship Him. Just spend time in His Word. Just be there. He rubs off on you. There is nothing that can withstand His presence. And when you come out, You begin to exude his fragrance. You begin to glow. Those things you couldn't do before, you just find yourself doing it. Yes, you were so snappy and grumpy, but you just find that you have a sweet, calm spirit because you've spent enough time in God's presence. And if you're right there listening to me, and you've got issues in your marriage, you're tired, you want to get out of the home, I want to encourage you to stay on a little bit more, pray a little bit more, take counsel for someone who is trusted, and apply some of those principles. And I tell you, our God, who is faithful, who has every answer to every question you can ever imagine, will give you your victory and your solution, your answer in the name of Jesus. I was reading a book many years ago when I just got married. I'd read about the purpose of marriage. I'd read about Proverbs 31. I'd read about the Proverbs 31 woman. And I